Hello everyone, myself Vaibhav. In today's session, we are seeing that the USDJPY has consolidated closer to 104, and now its trajectory, considering its underlying momentum, is on the bullish side. So, looking at that, I feel the possibility of its continued rise towards 105 is probable, and we will be considering its trades on the long side for today's session. Before that, if you consider the trading context for the day, there were not many major releases coming in for the Asian trading session. Later in the day, for the European trading session, we got the GFK consumer confidence data for the Germany. And here, worse than the expectations, we got the consumer confidence index at minus 6.7, and this is happening mainly because of the renewed restriction being imposed in Germany to curb the spread of coronavirus, and that's taking a toll on the economic activity, and the consumer confidence is being adversely affected. But considering the positive news flow surrounding the trial results of various vaccines makers, in a couple of months the things should improve, but for the time being the situation really looks grim. We also got the ECB's monetary policy meeting minutes, and here also for the October's meeting, we saw that most of the policymakers on the ECB's governing board were pretty pessimistic for the growth outlook in the euro area, and also the ECB is now expecting the inflation to remain in negative territory far longer than its earlier anticipation, and it might recalibrate its policy outlook in its upcoming meeting for December. So we will have to watch out for that in upcoming meeting. Apart from that, the other points were pretty much in line with the expectation. So not much of an action was seen in the euro after the release of ECB's monetary policy meeting minutes. Now moving on to the technical aspects, we will be considering the USD JPY first, and then we will also see what's happening in the dollar index. Let's start with the USD JPY's technical outlook. If you consider the price action for last couple of months, the bearishness is all there to see, but after finding support closer to the 103.5, I feel that the near-term outlook from short to medium-term perspective, we can indeed look for some retracement on the higher side, and that's what we are banking on in today's session. And considering the holiday for Thanksgiving in the United States, I'm not really expecting any big move to happen in the current session. Maybe by tomorrow after the Asian trading session starts, and if the current consolidation level holds well, maybe there is a possibility that tomorrow onwards we might see some positive uptake in the price for USD JPY. So we will be looking at that. So let's move on to the lower time frame charts. And if you consider the regression curve here, after this prolonged consolidation and the formation of higher highs and higher lows, the regression curve is also tilting on the higher side. And if we consider another technical parameter of the pivot point series, then also we have this possibility that on the higher side there is not much of a resistance till 105, and then we have these prior swing high coming into play. So that's the price zone we can target, and I think we can even utilize this consolidation low to be kept as the marker point. So anything below that, and we will be cautious, and we can even avoid trading for the day. So we will here getting the optimum opportunity, and the risk reward really is in our favor. And we also have this confluence of 50, 100 and 200 SMS converging closer to the 104.20, and if you consider its immediate swing low, which is there around 104.10, so the risk is fairly low and the stop loss works out sharp, and I feel anything below 104 and we should be out of the trade. So keeping that in mind, the stop loss is, as I said, is really sharp, and on the high side we are targeting closer to the 105 level. So we are getting the risk reward ratio of around 1:2 or even better than that. So from our conservative requirement, this trade holds well, and its underlying momentum is also on the bullish side. And if we consider the developments in the equity segment, there the Dow Jones Industrial Average is heading for its all-time highs. The Nasdaq is not far behind. So both these technical as well as fundamental developments are pointing to the risk on sentiments, and in such environment the USDJPY tends to do well, and we will be trying to get the benefit of that as well. Now let's see what's happening in the dollar index. And the dollar index has been bearish for a while now, and I don't really expect anything to change anytime soon. But there is this important development here in which we have this fresh closing low being formed closer to the 92, and that is signaling to the renewed possibility of a further break on the lower side after this consolidation barely above the 92 level. Even the prior low was closer to the current low, and now we have fresh closing low, and that points to the selling pressure being prevalent in the dollar index. So we will be trying to exploit this situation to our advantage. Looking at the lower time frame charts for dollar index, we have the regression curve which is now newly tilting on the lower side, and in the near term we do have the support coming into play around this S2 level of the pivot point series around 91.8. But if it gives way, maybe then we can expect the further decline. But for the time being, for today's session, we will be keeping a watch on how this plays out closer to this 92 level. If we see that there is consolidation on the lower time frame, and maybe by the start of tomorrow's European trading session, we will be in a better position to judge for the trade if we should go for the fresh short sale trade in tomorrow's session, or whether it will be better for us to wait it out and see what happens on Monday's session. So here, watch out for this 100 SMA zone, which is there around 92.20. Right now, we are seeing the price action converging closer to the 50 SMA, and the 100 SMA is not really far away. And then the crucial marker will be closer to this 200 SMA, which is there around 92.35, and that should be kept as the marker. Anything above that, and we should be really cautious in going for the fresh trade in dollar index. And unless and until we see a break on the higher side, I think the continued bearishness is likely to persist, and we will be trying to exploit that. And as I said, today is the Thanksgiving holiday, and because of that, not much price action is likely to unfold in today's session. So it's better to wait it out, and then maybe by tomorrow's session we will have a better understanding of the technical aspects here. So that's it for today's session from my side. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, you can give me the feedback in comment section, and I would be pretty much happy to take the discussion forward. Before I sign off, I would also like to remind of the risk associated with trading in the financial instrument, and one should be careful while using the information provided. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a fabulous day ahead. Goodbye.